The text came through while I was microwaving leftovers. My sister's face filled the screen, her smile radiant against the backdrop of a boat, sunlight warming their matching outfits. The caption stung more than I ever thought words could. Asterisk grateful for every one of them. Asterisk, and then I realized. Except me. I stare at the photo, at their perfect smiles, at the coordinated blues and whites that screamed of a Pinterest-perfect family. The kind of family that always seemed to have enough room for everyone but me. I set the phone down without saying a word. The microwave beeped, but I didn't eat. I couldn't. I've always been a quiet one in the family. The observer. The one who kept her head down while everyone else filled the space with noise. My sister, my cousins, they always knew how to command attention, while I quietly took a step back, watching. My parents, they always favored the loud ones, the ones that made their presence known. Me? I was the invisible one. But silence, I learned early, isn't weakness. It's observation. It's power hidden in plain sight. And they underestimated it. It wasn't the first time they'd forgotten me. There were birthdays I wasn't invited to, family dinners where mysteriously there was only room for 5, Christmas cards had arrived, but my name was always missing. But this trip, it was deliberate. My mother's voice had been so sweet when she told me there wasn't enough room on the boat. So convincing. Maybe next time, she said. I believed them, or at least I wanted to. I made excuses for them, told myself I wasn't being erased, just sidelined, until I saw the photo. The photo where they all fit, matching shirts, sun-kissed faces, together without me. I didn't confront them. I didn't need to. Instead, I watched. I'd been managing their finances since college, setting up online banking and automating their bills. I was the one they relied on, the one they trusted be invisible. And all the while, I saw everything. The trips, the dinners, the charges for gifts they never bothered to send my way, the plane tickets, the hotels, all of it funded by the account I managed, the account in my name. They thought I didn't matter. They thought I wouldn't notice. But I was the one holding the strings. Revenge isn't anger. It's precision. And I'd been patient. First, I rerouted the savings, quietly, over weeks. Incremental transfers. Nothing flashy. Just enough to star their cushion. Then I froze the credit cards. Not canceled them. That would have tipped them off too soon, but made them completely inaccessible. And then the final move, the emergency fund, locked behind a new password. Mine. They didn't notice. Not while they were too busy playing family. Until their car broke down in another state. My phone buzzed. Dad's name flashed on the screen. Call 27. I let it ring. Text flooded in. My sister's name lit up like a siren. Why did you freeze the account? I sipped my coffee, waited, then sent exactly $1. With a single line of text, grateful for every one of them. The fallout was immediate. The text turned from confusion to panic to rage. My father's voicemail cracked with frustration, his arrogance unraveling as he begged for me to fix it. But I sat in my small, quiet apartment, listening to every message, letting the sweet taste of their desperation settle on me. Asterisks were stranded. You've made your point. Now fix it. We're family. Asterisk. Ironic. Family. 3 days later, I met them. It was a symbolic place. Their house. The one filled with portraits of a carefully curated family. I stood by the mantel, scanning the frames, each one a version of us they wanted to show the world. But the one that really mattered, the one where I was supposed to belong, wasn't there. I held out the folder, bank statements, password logs, every transfer, every detail, laid out neatly. Proof. Quiet. Irrefutable. They looked at me like I was a stranger. My mother's voice cracked, eyes wide with confusion. Why? I smiled, small but deliberate. Funny question. I said, tapping the photo on the mantel. You seem so grateful for everyone. Her face drained of color. My father's jaw clenched, but the fight was gone. Buried under the weight of numbers, locked accounts, and frozen assets. You left me behind, I said, my voice calm, controlled. And this time, I stayed quiet long enough to watch them process it, to let the weight of my silence hang between us. "You can't do this," my father snapped, his voice brittle, desperate. "I already did." I turned and walked out before they could spiral any further. I left a folder on their table, on the table where all the family portraits hung, their legacy, dissected by the daughter they had forgotten. By the time they untangled the mess, I had already moved everything legally. The account under my name was closed, the funds secured elsewhere. They thought silence was weakness, but silence taught me otherwise. Silence was strength. Betrayal is an art. But revenge? Revenge is a masterpiece. I didn't look back. And they remember now. They'll remember me. And this time, there will be no one else in the picture.